Um, Share my screen as well. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, okay. Yeah, I think are you someone who has joined for the first time to our training? I think I could see a few people. I know Shine for the last 2 weeks he's joining, and shall we start with Banu? Can you give an introduction about you, Banu?
Yeah, hi Vasant. Yeah,
Hi.
and hi team. Yeah, good morning. Good morning, all of you. Yeah, I'm currently working as a performance test engineer. My I have joined. Currently I'm working in Wipro as a performance test engineer,
Hmm.
and I have gone through three projects. I mean, I have worked on various types of projects. One is Ministry of Defense, and there we have implemented NeoLo tool.
Okay.
Using NeoLo tool, then we have created scripts, and then after another project, Energia, which is Ireland
Hmm.
project. There also
Hmm.
we have done scripting using NeoLoad only and various types of load test only. Now currently working in Australia-based project, ESA
Okay.
Super. Yeah, here I'm currently working on JMeter.
Oh, okay. Okay. Great. Great. So I think this is the first time you're joining the session, right? The live session.
Yes, Vasant.
Oh, okay. Okay. So did you get a chance to watch the previous two videos?
No, no, no.
Okay. Okay. Fine. Yeah, but when you get a chance, do watch it. It will be very helpful for you to understand the basics of different types of testing. Why do we do all these?
Yeah, sure.
And yeah, thanks so much. And yeah, welcome to our session. And we'll move on to next person. Next person, Chanikya. Hello. Hi, Chanikya. Can you hear me? Yeah.
Yeah, hi.
Mm. Hi.
Yeah, good afternoon, everyone. I'm Chanakya. I'm from Andhra Pradesh.
Hmm.
Yeah, I have experience on 3 years experience on performance testing.
Okay.
Previously, I worked as a performance tester in Infosys.
Okay.
Recently, I have resigned in the Infosys. Presently, I'm looking for another opportunity. Actually, I have worked on experience on performance testing using the load runner and worked on various protocol like Web HTTP, HTML protocol, and Ajax True Client.
Mm-hmm.
And I have involved all the phases of performance testing life cycle like requirement gathering, scripting, and execution and analysis part. And also have
Okay.
experience on creating the scripts, load runner scripts, and doing enhancements like correlation,
Mm-hmm.
parameterization. Yeah, this is all
Okay.
about my experience. And I also have experience on performance tests like load test and stress tests, and
Mm-hmm.
also endurance test. This is all
Oh,
about my experience.
nice, nice, nice to know. Thanks for that.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining. Yeah. Poonam, Madhav.
I Vasant, I'm Madhav. Uh, I have somewhere around 10 plus years of experience on functional and automation testing.
Mm-hmm.
I want to learn performance testing, and that is why I'm here. I've gone to your previous video, and this is
Mm-hmm.
my
Mm-hmm.
second session.
Okay. Okay. Sure. Thanks, Madhav. Rajesh.
Yeah, Vasant, I've done last week actually my introduction.
Oh yeah, I remember. Yeah, you were there last week. Yeah.
Sure, thank you.
So how do you find it? How do you find the previous sessions and the other one? Like, were you able to get any insights, or do you feel it? I mean, the sessions are useful for you?
Uh, yes, Vasant, actually, I went through first video myself in the YouTube. Second, I attended, right?
Mm-hmm.
Both are looks very
Okay.
good, actually, very informative.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. I think I will be everything will be very good actually. Thank you.
Okay, okay, sure, sure. Thank you. Thanks so much, Rajesh. And hi, Shane. Yeah, I know you were there for all the three sessions. Anyways, thank you. Thanks a lot for joining and for supporting the sessions. And yeah, I think we can go ahead and start. And yeah, before that, before I start, um, just a few questions to you all, just to understand. I think I have even shared that in the group as well. So just a few questions before we move on. Um, so any of you, I mean, any of you can answer. Like, what are the types of testing that we do normally in performance testing as part of performance testing? So what type of performance testing did you do, and why did you do? Can you just answer that first, so that we can proceed from there? Yeah, anyone can start.
Yeah, we have many types like step testing, spike testing. Uh, I remember like stress testing is adding a load where the system can break. Spike testing suddenly increasing the load, uh,
Hmm.
like that.
Okay, okay. So yeah, you told about stress testing, which is, I mean, the objective of the stress testing is to find what is the maximum load the system can handle. And what's the other one you said?
Spike testing.
Spike, yeah. So Spike is where we introduce load immediately to the system to see how well the system behaves when there's an immediate load. But apart from these two, I mean, these two are, I would say, they don't come under the primary testing. They do come under these secondary. So, for example, there are the very basic testing types of performance testing, because we normally start with the load test, right?
Yes.
So we'll start with the load test, and once after we confirm that everything is working with the load test, we will then move on to the next step. That is, we will go with the stress or spike or even endurance. So the very basic one is the load test. So load is the first basic type of testing, because again, why do we need to do load testing at the beginning is to make sure that we are running a test to understand for any performance metric. Say, for example, like response times, the the throughput, the CPU utilization, the memory utilization. So all these can be found when we are running the load test. So that's the very basic, I would say, the primary test before we even start running any of the tests. Because I would say without a load test, you won't be able. I mean, like after without doing a load test and make sure that the system could handle the load, you won't be able to move to the next tests. So that's a very basic thing. And yeah, so anybody can answer about the other types of testing, like why do we do a scalability testing? Can someone answer what is the objective of doing the scalability testing?
The objective is to here like increasing the loads gradually, so is our system will handle those loads.
Yeah, I agree, but half of that, because there is a point that we have to add. So for example, in scalability, when we are doing the load, like when we are increasing the load, it will be in a scalable manner. Say, for example, if we are doing a 100 user load test, so while we are doing scalability testing, we'll increase the 100 to 150 users, so which is like 150% of the original load, and we'll increase 100% of the original load, which is like 200 users. So in this, when you're doing in this manner, we understand that when the business grows, say for example, or when more number of users are registering for an application, we are just scaling up in a not in a random fashion, but in a controlled or in a maintained number. So that's the reason we increase the scalability of the scalability load, I mean, load in a controlled way, like 150% or like 200%, right?
Okay.
Right. Thanks, Rajesh, for answering the questions. And yeah, any other doubts or any other queries from the last 2 days sessions? I mean, like, do you have any doubts or any queries? Anything that you find that okay, I find that I don't understand this part, or if you want any clarifications, do you remember anything which we can discuss now?
Vasant,
Yeah, hi.
yeah,
Hi,
hi.
Sadik. Yeah, hi.
Uh, Actually, I have one question. Actually,
Mhm.
load test and scalability test is both are same or different?
Okay, that's a good question. Let me.
Actually, scalability test means it's like determine the maximum load the software can handle, right?
Uh, is it? No, that is where we do the stress testing. So in scalability, you
Yeah,
both in load and in scalability testing, you know the load. You know how much load or what is going to be the maximum load,
yeah,
right? Because you determine your load. And say, for example, in your load testing, if you are having like 100 users as the load, then you
yeah.
will ramp up to 100, and then you will have a steady state of 100 users, and then you will ramp down. When it comes to
Yes.
scalability testing, you will increase, say, for example, from 100 users, if you're increasing it to 50%, then you will have 150 user load. So in that
Okay.
scenario, you will know it's going to be 150 users ramp up, doing a test, and then ramp down. So in both the tests, you can very well understand that you are not increasing the users in the middle of your execution, right? So it's going to
Yes.
be the same load, same user load. You're going to start, ramp up, reach the steady state, and then end the test. So same way it happens, right? But
Yes.
when it comes to the other ones, like you're telling about the stress testing. So only in stress testing, the objective is to find what is the maximum user load. So only in that scenario, we'll ramp up the users with the load, like with the I would say like 25% of your actual load that you are testing. Like say for example, if you have found that your test run very well with 100 users, then you will start with 225 users for the first 5 minutes, and then another
Yes.
25 users after another 5 minutes, and slowly you'll keep on increasing the load until you get a point that the system fails. So
Yes.
that is the stress testing,
Okay.
right? So the
Yes.
difference between load and scalability is the number of users that you're going to use. So that is the difference. Apart from
Okay.
that, key metrics, the KPIs that you're going to find are the same. That is the response times, the throughput, the minimum response times, the maximum response times, the average, the percentile. Everything is going to be the same, but the only thing is the amount of load that you're going to set, and that
Okay.
depends on your requirement. So when you're collecting your requirement, when you're doing your requirement collection, you do understand that you're going to collect the numbers, and from that you're going to collect the load. Scalability is something which you yourself are going to add to the original load, to the peak load,
Okay.
right? Yeah, that's the difference
Mm.
between load testing and scalability testing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank
In
you,
the
thank you.
stress testing, steady
Mhm.
state is, I mean, what is it called? Duration is have, I
it,
mean,
it depends
just,
on your application. Like say
yeah.
for
Okay.
example, if your application is can handle more number of users, then yes, the application will be responding to all your requests. It won't fail.
Okay.
uh, I remember I was running a test for more than like 30 to 1 hour, 30 minutes to 1 hour. It depends on like how well you are giving stress to your application, and also depends on the requirement as well. Because the user might say that, okay, don't break it immediately, just give a user load, like add 50 users for every 5 minutes, or like add 100 users for every 5 minutes.
Yes.
because that's how the actual users join, right? See, even in this session, we don't get all the users at 6:30. Like people are joining a little bit late, and so that's how the actual thing also works, right? Not everybody
Yes.
will jump in at the same time. They will take their own time, and then they will log in. It depends on their network, it depends on their system, the personal machines also, right? So if their machine is like a little bit old, or if it is like a little bit, the processor is a little bit slow, then it'll take some time for them to load, or for them to send the request. So that's how the actual real, that's the reason we do have this ramp up part. We do slowly ramp up, we do add users to the system.
Yes.
Yeah,
So basically, in stress testing, you don't know the load, whereas in scalable testing, you
that
know
is
the
what you're
load.
going to find, Madhav. That is what our objective is. We're going to find what is the maximum load the system can handle. So we'll keep on adding the users, and at one point of time, the system will break. The
Yeah,
app servers will
basically,
go down. Yeah.
the difference between scalability and stress is, in scalability, you know the load, whereas in stress, you don't know the load.
We don't know the load. Yeah. The objective is to find the load. Yes. And in scalability, we know that is going to be the scaled amount of the load. Like it can be 150% of the 150% of the load, or it can be 200% of the actual load that we used for the load testing.
In the stress test only give ramp up only, or duration also can give or not?
In
I mean,
stress
slowly
testing,
increase the, yeah, in
yeah,
the,
go ahead.
yeah.
Go ahead.
Say in the stress test only give ramp up only, right? I mean, slowly increase the every 5 seconds. I mean,
No, if
increase
you
the some
see
load.
here in this image, so I ramp up,
Yes.
and then there will be a steady state for 5 minutes or for 10 minutes, because all
Yes.
the
Yes.
users have to settle, right? All the users whom we have logged in, they have to settle, and then they have to at least complete one or two iterations,
Yes. Okay.
right? Only
Yes.
then there will be some requests that will get recorded. Say, for example, if it is an Amazon, or if it is any other retail applications, any other application. So they have to complete one transaction. Say, for example, they have to log in, they have to search for an item, and then they have to add it to the cart, and after that they have to check out. And then
Mm.
after that we'll have to add another set of users. So even during this time, these users also will be doing the transaction. But still, the point here is they have to complete at least one iteration, minimum one iteration they have to complete. And same way, same manner, so every few users gets joined, and then all, so now what happens, like here, if we have 50 users, they'll complete their transaction, and then here we have another 50. So here what happens, like we have like 100 transactions gets completed, and here we have 50.
Okay.
So, Vasant, in load
Yeah,
testing, we know what is the maximum peak users.
total load, yeah,
Yeah, total
maximum load, yes.
maximum. And from that max peak, in scalability testing, we start on loading by 50% or 100%.
Yeah, at 50, 100%, yeah.
And whereas in stress, we start from the maximum and try to figure out how much it can take, how many users it can take.
Yes, yes,
Okay,
yes.
got it. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, Chanaki, you have any other queries? Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, sure. Thank you. Any other queries? Thanks for this question again. Any other queries? Any other questions?